Turn it up! Turn it up! Turn it up!
Yeah. Do you hear that?
It's unnecessarily funky up in these parts.
What up? What's happening? And welcome into the Toyota Winners Lounge.
Let's go, dude.
A lounge befitting a team that is now 6-0 at home. Fellas, 6-0 at home. The Denver Nuggets are. They sweep their homestand, putting the finishing touches on it with a 117-100 win. Shorthanded Nuggets win over the shorthanded Pacers, and the shorthanded DNVR Nuggets are going to break this down for you here in the Winners Lounge. Again, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. And I'm joined by my friend Eric Wedum, who is also the official D-line of DNVR.
That's right. Guys, I'm feeling great. My Denver Nuggets can't be beat at home. And we have what we have surmised is probably Felagami tonight. This is the most unlikely combination of fellas. The least used combination of fellas. We didn't even know how to sit. Dev was over there. I was over here. Yeah. It's Felagami tonight.
We're trying to fill each other out here.
Yeah, dude. We got a weird bench lineup going right now. We don't know who's shooting. We'll see what's up.
I know at some point we're going to give the rock to this man right here. To my right, it is superstar Dev. What's up, brother?
What a game. What a win.
What a life.
No Jokic. All right, sorry. We had Jokic.
Yeah,
no Murray. No Gordon. No problem. Good game.
Very well, yeah. Good result. Choppy game. A lot of free throws in this one. A lot of free throws. We don't really have a quick recap. I'll give you a very, very quick recap. The Nuggets started Jalen Pickett and Peyton Watson in place of Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon.
I remember.
The starters weren't very good. The bench went on a remarkable run. The starters came back in the third quarter, kind of choked it away a little bit. The bench comes in and goes on another big run at the end of the third and the start of the fourth to kick this thing open. Jokic was out there to wrap the game up. But really, the bench did their job to deliver a professional win, another blowout win, 117-100 over those Pacers. This is the part in the show where we look right in the eyes, and we give our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. Shout out Red Hawk Roofing, the best roofers in Denver and a part of our DNVR team, also just our good friends. Superstar Dev, you can lead us off tonight. What is your Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway?
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one is, if you told me that there was going to be a game that the Nuggets were not going to have Murray, the Nuggets were not going to have Gordon, Christian Brown was only going to score 8 points, Cameron Johnson was only going to score 12 points, I would have said, you know what, this is probably a scheduled loss. Second night of a back-to-back, they probably don't have it. Well, that's the old Nuggets. This new Nuggets team, we've talked about the depth every single, time heading into this season. That was like the big part of the season, and they showed that they have it. It doesn't matter who's in there. They put in Jalen Pickett in there. He only had 2 points as the starting point guard, had no assist. I would have said, hey, this is a loss. Nope. Denver found a way. Not only did they win, but again, they won big. They're finding ways to win these games, and they're doing it in the way that the Nuggets do it. This looks great right now from them. So that's my big takeaway is the depth is just too much right now.
A lot of depth. We saw it tonight again, shorthanded. They really had to mess around with the rotations, and yet the second unit was still a huge weapon. Clearly the better second unit in this game. Denver double as our DNVR ass fellas walk downstairs. Also victorious. Eric, what is your Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway?
Well, if I can summarize and contextualize what Dev's Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, very similar. All the Nuggets are good, man. All of the Nuggets are good. It's the first time I've said this in a very long time and meant it. There's obviously a couple Nuggets that aren't that good. That doesn't matter. All of the meaningful Nuggets are so good. I am so impressed by what they're able to put together. Obviously, Nikola Jokic is just an absolute wrecking ball. Any questions about his fitness that we had after the first game of the season have been put completely to rest. He is on autopilot. He is putting up stat lines that are so ridiculous that you get numb to how ridiculous they are. He's basically 30, 15, and 15 every night now. It is something that is so easy to just kind of gloss over. But the command that Nikola Jokic has on the game when he decides to, it's funny because there were parts of this extremely disjointed, frankly kind of terrible game where the bench kind of fell apart, the starters kind of fell apart, and it was the time when Nikola Jokic was less involved. Like as soon as it was like, all right, just get him back involved, he just goes in. Spencer, whoever was guarding him, it didn't matter. It's just baby food, man. He scores it such an easy way, and he gets everybody else going. But when it comes down to it, he's just so unstoppable. Like it's just, I can't believe that I'm still impressed by him every single night, and I can't. Like he's the only basketball player I think about when I'm not watching basketball, and like he still impresses me. It's the craziest thing.
He's unbelievable. And the ultimate kind of paradox is he doesn't want you to call it effortless. It seems like the best way to describe it. You know, at some points he was kind of trying to get creative and get saucy with it out there tonight. And then at other points he put his foot down and was like, I'm going to rescue this unit single-handedly. He was remarkable. 1 rebound, 1 assist away from another 30-15-15 game, as you pointed out,
crazy.
Eric. That would have been the 8th of his career. He has 7. Since 1980, the rest of the NBA has 7 such games combined. So people used to joke about the 27-7-7 for LeBron. How about the 30-15-15 for Jokic? Just shy of it tonight. But the Nuggets get the important thing here, and that's another win at home, which leads me to my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. And that is, I believe I'm primed for the Nuggets to have another great year in Ball Arena. And in the year they won the championship, 2022-2023 season, Nuggets only lost 7 games at home. Next year, they were still really good. Remember, they tied the franchise record in wins. Record slipped just a little. They lost 8 games at home. But last year, fellas, the Denver Nuggets went 26-15 in Ball Arena. They lost
so
15
wild.
games. It felt weird. It felt, I don't want to say inexplicable, because obviously we knew there were tons of issues going on last year with the roster, kind of in the air of the locker room. All the same, 15 losses is one too many in Ball Arena for a Denver Nuggets team.
Probably 7 too many.
7 too many. They've started this year 6-0 at home. And I know they haven't played world beaters. You know, they get the Warriors at home and Steph is missing. That matters. Get the Pacers missing guys. That matters. But they're at least taking care of business.
Yep.
And I think really largely they've been in control of these games the entire time. They've either been blowouts or games you didn't really feel like they were going to lose. These are nice professional wins in Ball Arena, and if they can get back to the place where a team is looking at a road trip and they're looking at the Denver game and they're thinking, yeah, let's just rest our guys there because we're not going to win that game anyway. That's what it was like 3 years ago. That's what I'm hopeful, fingers crossed. They're trending in the right direction to see that again this year.
The Serbian flu, man. It's, that's how it should be. There are things that people will point to when they try to discount Denver as a sports town that should be natural advantages that Denver has, the Denver Nuggets possess. Coming to Ball Arena should be difficult for the other team. You know, everybody talks about how you feel a burning in your lungs and you have to acclimate. And that should be something that it should just be an automatic win every single time. It's crazy in that last year that they let it fall so far from the automatic win that had been for, I mean, when the Nuggets are at their best, like that's what they do. They just take care of home court. And to see it coming back in this way, it just makes you feel so much more comfortable about the direction of the season.
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Better at home, more depth. The things that were missing last year. Of course, it's still early for anything definitive, but we can already see how that strong offseason has led to a strong start to the season. And I would say, guys, a strong start for David Adelman here in his rookie year as a full-time head coach. And Dev, tonight, David Adelman had his hands full, right? Down 2 starters. He had to get creative. He makes an interesting choice. He plucks Jalen Pickett from the 3rd string, bumps him all the way up to the starters so that he can largely leave that second unit intact. Peyton Watson does bump up and start as well, What'd you think of the way that David Adelman handled this tonight?
Well, I just love the fact that he's willing to like shake it up a little bit. Like there was a challenge in this game. You were down multiple starters. Their second and third best player, thus far in the season, and they came into this on the second night of back-to-back and said, "We're just going to continue to play the right way. We're still going to go through the motions. We're going to play defense." This was a defensive-minded game, and he put a defensive-minded team in that, putting Peyton Watson in the starting lineup and putting him on Pascal Siakam, their best player. That altered the entire game. Jalen Pickett was not great in this game, but he goes through the motions. He's making the right passes. He's making the right reads, and also he's not playing too much. But you don't want to mess up what that second unit has, because there is chemistry, there is cohesion that they have going on right now, and they've looked extremely well. And this was another time for them to get more minutes together to build on that, and they did. He did not change up much of that, but he still did the stagger. He still played them together, and he had to really go through some challenges of, we're not even going to stagger with the same people, because that's typically Jamal.
Right.
That's typically, Cameron Johnson playing there. Maybe Aaron Gordon's going to play some minutes. So he just continues to try things out, and it's working out, but he's willing to do what a lot of other coaches won't do. We didn't even see a lot of zone in that game, if any.
Right.
It was just a different game for him, but he's willing to say, we're going to just keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
And Deb mentioned the stagger. He actually opted not to stagger at all. He threw 5 bench players out there, including the 2 guys that have been the 9.5 man so far. Julian Strawther, Spencer Jones. They both play rotation minutes tonight, Eric, and the bench was clearly the difference in this win.
Yeah, and just overall, kind of shout out to David Adelman. After the first game, coming out of the playoffs, I was feeling a little uneasy about his command of sort of maybe the off-court stuff, when it makes sense to call or to challenge a play, when it makes sense to call a timeout. And I kind of think over this homestand, he's kind of been perfect. He really has obviously he got one of 2 challenges. One of them was overturned. One of them he didn't get overturned. But I don't find myself being annoyed with something that the coach is doing, which this season, that's just such a breath of fresh air. Like, you think about a team that's led by Nikola Jokic, you have all these powerful players, you have all these guys working things out, and when your focus goes to what the coach is doing, something's not going right? And David Adelman is, I don't know, it's just it's kind of going so smoothly that you don't really think about what he's doing in the best possible way. He's kind of pushing all the right buttons. The Nuggets have been, this is just another game where at some point they were leading by 12. They won by 19 or whatever. They've been ahead big in every single game this year.
They have led for, I think, the stat from StatSquatch is well over 80% of the season so far.
Insane.
They have led. If you bring that to home, it's probably well over 90%. When the Heat took the 3-2 lead, that was the first time they had trailed at home all season long. So a couple of brief moments trailing the Heat and the Pacers, but they respond with a big-time push from the bench. And David Adelman even got to flex his muscles a little bit. 1 minute, just 1 minute, guys, of Jonas Valanciunas and Nikola Jokic on the court together. Only 1 minute, but we can count it.
The 2 similar towers.
They really do have a lot of each other's mannerisms. It's not just size. They remind me of each other a lot.
It is funny.
They took the floor together tonight. Was it particularly consequential? Absolutely not.
Not
is
in
it
any
fun
way.
to mention? For sure.
I think we got a foul on Big Val in that moment. He went for a block and he got called for a foul. But I agree with you. What a time.
What an absolute treat. A night after the Nuggets saw a backup center score 16 points, which I believe is only the 4th time that a center not named Jokic has scored 16 points in the last 5 years. So a lot of Big Val last night. Big Val and Jokic out on the floor together tonight. David Adelman, as you said, D-line, we're not going to call him a mad scientist, because he's not reinventing. They're still playing basketball with 5 guys.
Yeah. Just a standard scientist.
Just a standard scientist.
Just like a garden variety standard scientist.
But hey, he made a lot of campaign promises, right? Before he got this job over the summer.
Oh, man, what if we got campaign? That would be wrong.
Creativity was going to be a part of this. And that he was going to change things up, and a lot of guys would get a chance to play. Through 9 games, the fact check on that, absolutely correct. When we come back, we are going to talk to you good folks about the standouts in this game, the duds in this game, our concerns from this game. We're going to play a little stonk report.
Okay.
For the, we'll go from training camp till now. Call it the first 9-10 games of the season.
Okay.
We'll check in on how everyone's looking. We're going to hear from Adelman from the arena, of course. Very excited to hear his Jalen Pickett notes. For now.
Pins and needles over here.
For now, I'm going to make you very, very hungry with this next read. Fire up on the mountain, Kale. Fire it up on the mountain.
Fire it up on the mountain.
Fire on the Mountain is Denver's favorite local wing joint featuring hormone-free, antibiotic-free, cage-free wings. 15 super flavorful made-from-scratch sauces from mild to insanely hot and everything in between. They have craft beer. They have killer cocktails, $5 beers on Mondays, all-hour happy hours on a happy hour all day on Tuesdays, handmade appetizers, dressings. Nearly everything is handmade. Deb, this part's not for you, but Coloradans, if you're vegan, they've got vegan options as well. Monthly specials. There's just a lot going on.
Because you're not a Coloradan.
Because you're not a Coloradan. Yeah. No, just because I didn't think you were a vegan, Dev. I didn't think you were.
You don't have vegan. You don't give off vegan vibes.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never been vegan.
Do yourself a favor. Grab $5 pints on Mondays. All day happy hour on Tuesdays.
Bro, I'm so hungry.
And they now offer delivery from their Wash Park store. Try the best wings in Denver at DNVR Broncos tailgates. There's another one on the 16th. Or just visit their spots in the Highlands and in Wash Park. Again, that is Fire on the Mountain. Best wings in Denver. Go ahead and check them out. Doing you a favor with that one. Not just Fire on the Mountain. How about Monarch? I use Monarch to manage my own budget. It helps me subcategorize my spending, so I don't just know if I went over or under. I know why. Yeah, I know what areas I'm consistently messing up in.
You went heavy on the
Spoiler alert,
wings.
DoorDash. Yeah, DoorDash is a big issue. Big issue. Or if I bought one too many video games, it'll be the first thing to let me know, actually.
You're like, calm down, Monarch. I know.
I know. The notifications start to get annoying because they're trying to help you save money. They're really just pointing out that you're not doing yourself any favors. But you can feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or phone. And right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off that first year. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR.
Ooh, we back.
And we're back. We're back here in the Toyota Winners Lounge, presented by your Front Range Toyota stores, enjoying the 6th win of the year in Ball Arena. We just went over our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways.
Hell yeah, we did.
We talked about David Adelman's rotations. And now, fellas, I think we should talk about the standouts in this game.
Please.
Eric, I'll throw it to you on this one. Who would you like to talk about first?
I want to talk about, listen, Nikola Jokic had an incredible game. We'll get to him. Jalen Pickett did not have a great game. I doubt we get to him. Here's what I want to talk about. Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr., 17 points, 6 of 13, 3 rebounds,
Wow, Kale, look at you.
4 assists. Yeah, we got all the players ready. It's a whole new system over here.
This is great. I haven't been doing these shows with you guys. This
hell
is crazy.
Yeah. Tim Hardaway Jr. we talked about this on the pregame show. I didn't quite know what to expect from him coming in. You hear certain things about players. Tim Hardaway Jr., you kind of hear that maybe he's a bit of a gunslinger. Maybe he gets like maybe he gets a little bit out of his depth. He makes bad shot selections. He's not good on defense. Here's all I know, man. Every time Tim Hardaway Jr. comes into the game, I'm like, give that man the rock. Let him shade. He is so electric, and he does not hesitate at all. He lets that thing fly, and he hits a lot of shots, man. He shoots confidently. He shoots... I think I counted one shot of his that I would consider like not a great shot. It was a mid-range that was maybe near the end of the shot clock. But just in general, it's like an absolute breath of fresh air. Like, he is such a fire starter on that bench. When they come in, you just don't know, like, you know that the other team is like, oh, God. Like, we don't know what to do here. Like, this guy can light it up from anywhere. The confidence he's bringing, I just love everything he's bringing to the Denver Nuggets. It's an excellent signing, and I just can't wait for what comes next with the man.
He is so different than what we've seen in the preseason.
Yeah, man.
Like, It used to look like there was bad shots that he was taking.
Absolutely, because they just weren't going in.
Nothing looks like a bad shot anymore because he seems to make every single contested shot. Every single shot just seems to go in. And also, he's been one of the Nuggets' most consistent players since the start of the season. Every single time you could pencil him in with a couple of made shots, a couple of made threes. And this was his best game from beyond the arc in this one. He had 5 of 9 from the three-point line.
So wild.
He had, 17 points in the game. He got some assists, which I thought he was incapable of.
Yeah,
4 of them.
4 assists in the game. He's doing a little bit of everything, but this was a spot where he was going to get a couple of extra minutes. He had 23 minutes in the game, 17 points. He's a bucket in every single sense of the word.
Absolute
it does
bucket.
not matter who's around him. It does not matter who he's out there with. It does not matter his role. He's going to get shots up. They're going to fall. He's knocking down shots, and that's what you need from a spark off the bench. So he's been a godsend for the Nuggets. He's been great for their bench, and he's the reason that they're cruising the way that they are.
One more guy that you say, he wants the ball, he wants the shot, and I'm fine with him taking it. And, this team in years past, you go down Murray, you go down Gordon, or someone's missing. All of a sudden you're looking around going, who's supposed to score?
Exactly.
And in this game, right, you really see it. You see it in the other games as well off the bench. But in this game, just, all right, Tim's a guy that's going to come in and get 13 shots up and probably score if he's any type of locked in. And they needed it, right? They certainly needed, I liked the way David Adelman handled his rotations, but Jalen Pickett certainly didn't have much tonight. And there just wasn't a second go-to scorer. There are some other guys we'll talk about in a moment because they really played well. But Tim Hardaway being the second leading scorer in this game, not entirely surprising and very, very, very welcome, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising, but it should be surprising. He didn't start.
Right.
He came off the bench. But he just came in and just immediately knew what his role was. They needed scoring from kind of everybody tonight to fill in for Jamal and Aaron, and he was like, all right, bet.
From MPJ to THJ.
Let's go, dude.
Let's go back to that starting lineup. I want to give a shout out to Cameron Johnson, who I think took some steps in the right direction tonight. Did he hit his threes? He did not.
Absolutely not.
Did he score more than 11 points, though, Dev?
Absolutely did.
He did. Dev won his bet. The Nuggets won the game, and Cameron Johnson got a little bit going here. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Was able to get himself open going to the rim. Was able to finish at the rim. 4 assists to no turnovers is nice. 2 steals. I think he's been pretty good defensively when he's needed to be. So, look, it's not exactly a breakout game. It would have been great to see him hit the threes. I thought this was a step in the right direction for Cam Johnson, and he manages to go +1 in the starting lineup that, really struggled for a lot of their minutes.
For him to be the starter and the guy that is stepping into this role of no Jamal, no Gordon, it's Jokic, Christian Brown, who has not been scoring a ton. I feel like other people would have stepped into the spot and said, I'm forced to score. I'm forced to shoot every single time. I'm going to have to take over in the game. And if this was not an indicator of the type of player that he is, I don't know what is for you. If you're expecting a guy to put up 20 points every single night, this is not the guy that you need to watch. This is a guy that's going to play the right way. This is a guy that's going to, rotate the ball, get off of the ball. He's not putting the ball in his hands. He's not making many mistakes because he doesn't even dribble enough. He's going to just keep it in rotations. He never turns the ball over because he never puts the ball on the floor.
Right.
I'm going to play hard-nosed defense, exactly what you guys need me to do. But also, he's a professional player. Everything about him is, I'm just going to play the right way. So if you hate that, that's on you. It just determines the type of player that you want. This was not a game that they needed him to score in. They needed him to be a defender. They needed him to rotate the ball. They needed him to do all of the little things, and he does that every single time. So this was a step in the right directions. Yes, you want him to make a couple of shots. Yes, his shot is not falling, and he's very aware of that because he's a shooter. He's known as that. It hasn't been falling. They still have been winning. I'll take that every single time. Give me Cam Johnson, the winner.
I'm with you.
Man. Cam Johnson, the winner. I like that. I kind of, it is, there is a lot of expectation resetting that's happening with Cam Johnson because obviously You think about Michael Porter Jr. being traded for him. You think that they are very similar players. They're very similar in a body type. But, I mean, now we've had 10 games with him plus the preseason. I mean, it couldn't be more clear. Very different players.
Yeah,
very different mindset.
Different players.
Very different role, frankly, on this team in the best way. Cam Johnson, as compared to MPJ. MPJ, the third best player, could easily be considered probably the second best scorer. I mean, probably the second most talented player on the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, we know the history with his injury.
Right.
But just like as far as a gifted basketball player, Michael Porter Jr. had gifts that you rarely see anybody have. And you always wanted to make sure that he was getting involved and getting his shots, and that if he wasn't getting his the ball wasn't finding him, you had to worry about whether or not it was going to affect his mental state. And you understand it, right? But Cam Johnson is just like, he's just kind of there in the best way, right? Like, if he needs to make a shot, like tonight we saw him make a couple full court solo fast breaks where he was either made the steal or was part of it, and then took the ball all the way to the hole. Great finish, tough play, but it's just like not about Cam. It's just not. And he plays in such a complimentary way that it doesn't really matter. Like, his stats are sort of like secondary. His point totals especially are very secondary. Was this his biggest scoring output? 12?
It's up there. Yeah, I think it ties it.
I mean, in 12, it's like 12. It's like, it's like a Christian Brown output. It's like something you don't really write home about, but it did feel like a really good game for Cam Johnson. I felt like he was gaining confidence. His 3-point shot is still like a super head scratcher. Like, I don't understand what the hell's going on. Like, why he can't even hit the rim, like when he's left wide open. But I'm with you. Like, he deserves mention because he played a really good game, and it lends to Denver Nuggets winning. Cameron Johnson, the winner, dude. I'm in.
And I would like to see him score more. I would like to see his shots fall, and I know you would too. But I kind of agree with your framing. I think with Mike, with what the skill sets were, for him to be out there, you needed him to score 17, 18 a game to kind of for it to make sense.
Yes.
For Cam, I would love it if he could score more, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case, right? And I'm not just trying to sort of sugarcoat a rough start. I just think he can still contribute. It may not be his role to score 18 points per game here, and that can be fine. Eventually, you're going to need the three to fall, but he's clearly getting better. I thought he took a step in the right direction in this game.
Yeah.
Dev, another guy that I thought really impressed me was Peyton Watson, who started in this game. How about his defense on Pascal Siakam?
That is exactly, truly, that is the reason that you have a Peyton Watson. That's the reason that you play a Peyton Watson. He steps into the starter spot, plays 27 minutes, and he gave his all in there. He really did shut down Pascal Siakam. That's a guy that every shot we know was going through Pascal Siakam. He held him to I mean, it was an abysmal night for Pascal. He was 1 of 10 from, the field goal attempts in the first half. He did not get going. 5 of 16 from the field, and he was giving him hell. Like, he's a menace on the defensive end. He was aggressive with him the entire time. He made him work, and that just shows the defensive switches that he's able to put on. He's guarding guards, he's guarding bigs, he's guarding wings. This was a power forward, one of the best power forwards, in the NBA right now, and he gave him hell the entire time. And then on the other end of the floor, he was able to get himself going.
Yep.
This is one of his best offensive nights of the season. 7 of 13 from the field. He had 16 points, knocked down a three-pointer, got to the free throw line, got rebounds. Yep. He was rebounding everything, but he was just active the entire time. And we've been seeing this time and time again. He had 3 steals. Peyton Watson is the Nuggets' best defender right now because of the switchability, and he's been showing it time and time again. The Nuggets need Peyton Watson right now. I don't care that he hasn't got a contract right now. He's an NBA player, and he's been proving it time and time again, and this was another opportunity for him to show it.
I agree, man. And you mentioned the rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. Like you just said, the activity. This was a game where, like, Peyton was unafraid. He saw the landscape, and he was like, I'm going to get involved in this one. I'm going to make sure that's the case. I'm with you. Some really good minutes from him, and you saw what he brings defensively, which is unique to this roster and important to this roster. And the long-term stuff, it is an important, complicated conversation. In the meantime, the irony is, extended or not, they need him this year, and they were planning on playing him this year. He gets the spot start at the power forward, where he does well alongside Nikola Jokic. So shout out Peyton Watson. We're going to take another break here. On the other side, there's one more name I think we should shout out and see if you guys can sniff it out. Then maybe we'll talk about our what we were less impressed with tonight, what maybe we're still worried about. We'll go into a stonk report, and then we'll call Adelman as a ballerina and see what's cracking.
I can't wait.
With our boys.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, as they say. Red Hawk Roofing, the best roofers in Denver. They're part of the DNVR team. They're more than part of the team. I mean, these guys are legitimately our friends.
Bro, we have a set edition coming with Red Hawk.
With Red Hawk Roofing, very
Red
excited
Hawk
for
Roofing
that.
Set edition coming.
A lot of the cool things we get to do are because sponsors see the vision and they invest in the culture, really, that we're trying to sort of cultivate here. And Red Hawk Roofing is at the top of that list.
Bro.
Going to San Diego.
Our man Brad.
Making the documentary, sort of starting the year the way that we wanted to. That's because of Brad and his friends and his coworkers at Red Hawk Roofing, and they're our friends too, and they really are the best roofers in Denver. So whether the job is small, big, go with them. Go with the pros, and just know it might start small. You're going to build trust. You're going to build a lasting relationship, and goodness forbid, should you need a bigger job done on your roof of your home or business, you know exactly where to go. Supporting your local teams means supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. If you're looking for a new roof of your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com or call 720-771-8921. Tell them that DNVR sent you. Tell them DNVR Nuggets sent you.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Get specific
tell them
with it.
Specifically, DNVR Broncos did not send you.
Say it was DNVR Nuggets plus that Brendan Vogt guy. I'm a big fan.
Now we've gone too far.
Oh.
Just tell them about me. Say D-Line. Just
mention D-Line's name for sure. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Dev cleaned up with Bet365.
Oh my God, Dev.
We play together pregame. Of course, we encourage you to play responsibly, but it can be fun to throw a flyer on what Dev's seeing. And tonight, Dev, what you saw is exactly what went down.
Dev's involved in some witchcraft.
You guys don't understand that I see the game how I see the game.
Clearly,
you guys just don't understand it. But guess who does understand? Bet365.
I don't think they do.
Everybody that followed tonight, we cleaned up. This was a clean sweep.
Dev on the pregame show, if you didn't watch, which you should watch, Dev took Cam John's under on 3-pointers, and yet his over on points. He threaded the needle in a way
How did that go?
He hit it. He hit it dead on. He threaded the needle in a way I didn't think was possible. It was frankly frustrating for me as a fellow bettor to see, but it was majestic.
Thank you, Bet365.
Bet365 is an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and, of course, a partner of ours here at DNVR. Go ahead and download that app, and you can play and bet watching basketball, football, hockey. But again, please do gamble responsibly. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be placed on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more, whatever the moment. It is never ordinary. At Bet365, you have to be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please do gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. And we are back here in the Winner's Lounge. And Dev, I want to see if you can guess who I wanted to give one more shout out to from this game.
There is somebody that we did not get to brag
I thought
about.
we said we weren't going to talk about Jalen Pickett, right? Or-
No, I said brag.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
the
brag.
word was brag.
Not
That
rag.
threw you a bone. Nikola Jokic does it again.
This
He
man.
does it again. Look at that stat line right there. This is a guy that was down 2 starters going against the Pacers on the second night of a back-to-back. The efficiency was there. He had 32 points on 14 field goal attempts. He was aggressive the entire way out. And also, this goes to show you how special of a player that he is. 14 assists, 32 points. It does not matter who's around him. There was not a lot of good games around him in the starters. He still found a way. 14 rebounds, 14 assists, only 31 minutes in the game. Like, this is a guy, really, I think the biggest thing about Jokic for me is a guy that has it going on as much as he does not take 40 shot attempts.
Yup.
And he could. Think about how much he truly could have averaged in this game.
I think we would love it if he would, frankly.
We really would, because this is a game. He had double-digit free throw attempts. That just never happens. He has not done that at all this season. 14 attempts. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. that had 13 attempts. You have Peyton Watson that had 13 attempts. Cam Johnson had 11, and he hasn't had it going on. Why is your best player and the best player in basketball having the same amount of field goal attempts as everyone else? Because he understands that this is what's needed for him. Because he is playing the right way. Because he's not a guy that's only after the numbers like a lot of other stat patterns that we see all the time. And anybody that says that about him, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Just know that the quintessential Jokic stat, when it's all said and done, is going to be triple doubles that he got before the fourth quarter even started.
Triple doubles in the third quarter, and also, are they winning when he gets his triple doubles?
Great point.
It's another one of those that he gets.
Remarkable performance from Nikola Jokic, and I'm glad you brought him up because we probably should talk about him. But no, that's not where I was going with it.
What?
D-Line Co. Do you have any guesses?
Julian Strawther?
Bing, 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 bing. Winner, baby.
Dude, so hold on. You weren't saying that we were going to bring up Nikola Jokic?
No, I was not thinking that. I kind of forgot. I did take him for granted. I heard your big takeaway, and I thought it was covered. But yes, 32, 14, and 14, probably
That's
worth
insane.
going back over. I know you're also a big Julian Strawther guy, and this is a big Julian Strawther game, so I'm going to let you take the wheel on this one.
Hey, listen, man. I really do believe in Julian Strawther. It really is going to come down to what kind of opportunities he gets this year. He plays a confident brand of basketball, unless he gets like 2 minutes at a time, in which case he generally plays a kind of out of control style of basketball. You'll generally see if he's coming in very like spot instances. He'll come in, he'll get a foul really quickly. He'll put up a bad shot just because he's like wanting to show the world that he has gotten better through the offseason, which I believe he has. Tonight he got, for his standards, extended minutes, and he made the most of them. His floater game is out of control. I think he was 100% on floaters tonight. His three-pointer didn't drop, and he did have a couple of fouls that you'd kind of hope that he would be able to clean up a little bit, like work on his body control just a little bit more, so he doesn't get himself in bad positions and offensive players take advantage of him. But on the offensive end, man, this guy can shoot. He is, as some would say, a bucket. My man is a bucket, but he's just not going to get the opportunity, especially the way that Tim Hardaway Jr. is playing. I mean, that would be his natural entry point, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is not going to give him the opportunity to do it. But a night like tonight, and there's going to be more nights like tonight. It is an absolute war of attrition in the NBA. You already see teams starting to rest players. You already see injuries starting to mount, and we're like 2 weeks into the season. He's going to get his opportunities. As long as he stays ready, there's going to be more and more nights like this. You're going to see 20-point games out of him. You're going to see nights where he hits 4 3-pointers. So I loved it. I loved this being the first real opportunity he's gotten this year for him to actually make the most of it.
Looks like we got the game ball ready. Kale, why don't we bring it up? I'm very curious to see where the chat went with this one.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's going to be
Julian Strawther.
Number 15, Nikola Jokic. What do we got?
What is it?
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Oh my God, I'm so nervous right now.
The world's longest
Oh
drum
my
roll.
God, who is it?
Who could it be?
It's Jokic.
Oh, did Kale call Nikola Jokic a casual?
I think he called us casuals for not knowing.
Kale, can you explain yourself, please?
It was more just honestly, if you check the timeline right now, no one's talking about Jokic's night, and he just almost had the 10th 30, 15, and 15 game in the last 70 years.
So Kale did call Nikola Jokic a casual. All right.
Unbelievable.
That's
Kale.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's casual because that stat line is casual for him.
Yeah, I know, but one word casual. I mean, it's tough. Listen, we'll talk about it off screen.
I hear you. I really don't think this is casual. 32, 14, and 14, 10 and 14 from the field. It's
not effortless. We know that.
The thing is, we see it. I don't even know. This is not a pedestrian type of game for him. 32, 14, and 14 is a wild number, regardless of how you see it. When you look at the game, it did come easy. I don't care that he doesn't want you to say it. This was an easy game for him. And he dominated in every sense of the word. He was very aggressive. He went inside. Every team right now just seems to have a center that can't guard him.
I know.
That's where it comes from when we say that the Nuggets have had like a very soft schedule. It's just because they don't have anybody that's able to slow him down or stop him. And this was another night that he was just able to just take advantage of whoever was down there. I mean, 32, 14, and 14 is insane.
Unbelievable.
It is, especially when you look at who is around Jokic. Like, there's no asterisk on this. Like, he just put up monster numbers, and he only had it in 14 field goal attempts. You're not seeing this around the league.
Dude, it's that what you said is so, this is the thing. It's every night there's a different guy that is not suited to guard Nikola Jokic for a different reason. This guy's too small. This guy's not fast enough. This guy's too athletic. This guy isn't athletic enough. This guy won't guard him out by the 3-point line. It's like
just any excuse you could make of why he's dominating this night, you're going to throw it in there.
It's crazy, man. And the best part is it started with, honestly, a legitimately, by his standards, a legitimately poor performance in Golden State. And I'm not going to say we were worried, because we weren't. I think we all would have told you Jokic is going to have a good season.
Again, we blamed ourselves.
He almost had a double-double in the first quarter.
Jokic is doing just fine. Very predictable there. Sounds like we got Adelman calling in from Ball Arena as Kale gets that set up.
Well,
Adelman
right now.
Is this a narrator? Adam Myers calls in from Ball Arena.
Oh, the logo's stuck.
Make the logo big. There he is, giving us his best blue steal.
Joining us from Ball Arena, our fearless leader, Adam Mares. How was that, brother? You got to watch Jalen Pickett get a start.
Another great day to be us, fellas. Nuggets look
day.
incredible, man. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, actually, let me take that back. The Nuggets on this homestand have had 15-point leads or bigger in all 4 of the games. And there was a sense today in the third quarter where it was almost like the Nuggets were up too much. You know, Saturday night crowd, everybody had a lot of energy, but there was a point when it was like, yeah, they're kind of just beating them down pretty easily. So kind of an interesting turn of events for the Nuggets. But to take you guys behind the scenes a little bit and into the Denver Nuggets locker room, David Adelman, I think, is also getting used to this a little bit. His pressers are almost becoming routine where he kind of knows what he's asking of the team. They're performing it. It's a very mature group, and he kind of is almost – he's impressed with the group, but it's almost like, yep, we did exactly what we wanted to coming into this game plan, executed it nicely, which is really nice to hear. He talked about, first of all, 72 points in the paint. I don't know if you guys mentioned that tonight, but the Nuggets were just at the rim the entire night. 72 points is an enormous amount. I think it's the most they've had in a single game this season. Obviously, Jokic was leading the way with that. He talked about they've been working on getting Cam Johnson into actions, going to his right hand more. He shouted him out. He said he thought he impacted scoring in so many ways. He wasn't just bringing defenders. He's bringing the low defender on all of those drives. And he said he thought that he was collapsing the defense as well as anyone tonight. And then he said he was the best at bringing the ball up. You know, Indiana – they pressure you full court. That's one of the big parts of their identity. And he just thought that Cam was the guy that he thought did the best job handling that pressure. He also cited Peyton Watson's rebounding, which has sneaky been great this year. And that was one of the big questions we had about Peyton Watson. Can he help fill a rebounding void? He grabbed some big boy boards tonight. And then let's see what else. Oh, he talked about – I'll give you this last one because – like Michael Malone before him, David Adelman is a huge defender of Nikola Jokic's honor. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but he is – every time he's asked about it, he's like, is anyone else seeing this? Basically, is the energy he gives is like, yeah, are you guys seeing this? This is not normal for him to put up the type of numbers that he is putting up, take advantage of it. And he had this exact line. He said, he's the most efficient basketball player I've ever seen. And I know there are guys from way back in the past I didn't get to see, but for the modern generation of basketball, please show me who else is out there that plays like this at this efficient level offensively. It's a joy to watch. And oh, by the way, he did it in 31 minutes. It's kind of how I feel tonight. You watch this game and you go, he barely played tonight, and he had more than a triple dozen, almost a 30-15-15. He's at an all-time level.
He's unbelievable, man. And this is in the same week where he just did this earlier. 30, 15, and 15, and we all had this conversation. And 2 games later, it feels like we should have it again, or else we're taking him for granted. It's ridiculous.
If you kind of like count his stats, if you don't look at the stat sheet and just count them, I was doing that tonight for a period because it's like every 15 seconds you're counting a stat. You're like, okay, there's another rebound. All right, there's an assist. Okay. All right, there's a rebound. All right, there's a bucket. And it's just like they just add up so quick. When he's out there, it's like every time down the court he accumulates a new stat. But yeah, man, I mean, look, the Nuggets, it's looking easy for them right now, which is really exciting. We did talk to Peyton Watson, and I'll just give you the part I thought was interesting. He said, filling in for AG, he's a great defender, but we're different. We have different technique. And I asked him what he means, and he said, AG, it's more physical all the time. He said, with me, I try to get physical early, then give space, then contest. And I just thought that was kind of a cool, thoughtful answer about, yeah, like I don't go out there and try to do it the exact same way. I have to kind of have my own style in there. The Nuggets are feeling themselves, though, guys. I mean, this homestand, 7-2, double-digit leads, 20-point leads in most of them. It's just they're really good. We are not used to this. When was the last time we saw 4 straight blowouts? I don't know if we ever have.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It feels like they have a more professional, like these games that they're not supposed to mess around in, they're not messing around in them as much.
They're not messing around, man, and very workmanlike. I think they're having fun, but David Adelman's point was this streak happens because they're only focused on every game. And he said that it's very mature. We came into the shoot-around today. We put a game plan in. They executed that game plan tonight, and they won by 20. So I think the team feels like a machine right now, which is awesome, less than 10 games into the season.
Lastly, man, what was it like in Ball Arena? I know it was your first time there. Did you enjoy the vibes? I know it was kind of a weird game, but what'd you get?
You know, this one was, for me, I had both of my daughters here today, so I was watching it with them, and that was a lot of fun. They're really into it. Dylan, the oldest one, knows every single Nugget. Ellie, like, sits there and boos, and, like, she loves when people boo. She really got into that part of it. So that was fun, man. This was a kind of a boring game, except for it was the best game because I was with them, which was really cool.
Did either one of them realize that Siakam sucks, or you didn't? Did you teach them that, or no?
I don't know if Siakam is going to stick. They like Bruce though, and they really like AG. Wow. They really wanted to see AG tonight. I know. I was a little like, okay, all right, calm down, everyone.
They grow up so fast, don't they?
Well, they got to see a win. So did you. Thanks for handling things at Ball Arena tonight, brother. We appreciate you.
You bet, guys.
I cannot understand why they like AG.
Yeah, well, they liked. He didn't play tonight, yet they were still. They just liked his fervor. He got a tag.
Like my wife kept bringing it up too. It was kind of weird, actually. Now I think about it.
It's strange. My girlfriend mentioned the same thing tonight.
Weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Eric Wedum comes up when I talk to him. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Well, listen, I think we're going to have to push Stonk Report till next week, which is a good thing because we had so much to talk about tonight. And before we get into Super Chats, I would be remiss, fellas. I'd be really sad, straight up, if I didn't shoehorn an Around the Association segment in to close things out here. I know winners on.
Fire on the mountain.
Fire on the mountain. Fire up the Around the Association graphic. And I love all the extra work you did on the graphic since they're paying for it. I like how you really...
it's digital, but I still taped it on.
I like how you really revamped it.
When we went through the process of whether or not they were going to sponsor a segment, and we were like, oh, we have this one, and then we had to be like, so we have this intro graphic, and it's not good, and also can't be touched. So
here's the thing: you can't touch it, and you're gonna hate it.
I had a very real meeting with one of our sales staff that was like, so we were thinking about naming it this and like maybe doing that, and I was like, no, I don't think you understand. Eric will kill me if I ever change that graphic.
It's like the hot dogs at Costco. I can't do it. I can't change it.
I don't understand how we're calling it a graphic.
Have you guys seen what happened in Atlanta tonight?
We're about to find out.
Did you guys see what happened in Atlanta? So the Hawks went in there shorthanded. They started Ricochet, Guille, Okongwu, Dyson Daniels, and Keaton Wallace.
Those are sauces at Fire in the Mountain.
Yeah,
right?
It doesn't sound like a good squad. They beat the Lakers 122 to 102. No Austin Reeves for the Lakers, but they did have Luka Doncic, who I hear is pretty good.
He's been having a crazy start of the season. Like
Crazy
very
start.
insane. Very pedestrian type of night for him. 7 of 17 from the field, only 22 points in this
Jokic
game.
could never.
That's insane. But also, it goes to show you, if you're down a couple of games, you're supposed to lose. You're supposed to have these down spots.
Down a couple players.
The Nuggets have
Right.
not been having these down spots, but the other teams has. Not having Trae Young in this game, like, that's their best player. This was the same spot that the
This
Nuggets were in.
league.
Yeah.
This league, they went in there and took care of business. Another game that, like, this was a wild game for me, and also, like, the stats don't make sense. I've tried to, like, look at it every single way. The Sixers won 130 to 120, so it was a very high-scoring game.
Okay, who'd they play?
They played the Toronto Raptors,
Okay.
who had some, they had some good performances. RJ Barrett had 22 points. Brandon Ingram had 21 points. He was pissed off. He slammed his water bottle. He hit
saw
a
that.
random person in the face.
He didn't throw a heat pack?
No, but he almost hit a teammate, and he did hit a staffer or something.
Yeah, he's doing a little too
Wait,
much. in
what?
this one.
With a bottle or with his fist?
With a bottle.
With
Just
the
bounced
bottle.
off the ground.
So in this game, first Tyrese Maxey played 42 minutes. He had 31 points.
Bro, he's on one this year.
That's a very good game, right?
43 minutes.
Joel Embiid had 29 points. So you're like, dang, there goes the stats. That's the story of the game. That's all I kept on seeing. I looked more into this game.
Whoa.
Trendon Watford
Whoa.
had
Wait, who?
20 points, 17 rebounds,
What?
10 assists.
What?
Trenton Watford.
24.
Is he a rookie? Who is that?
He's been in the league for 4 years. 24-year-old from Louisiana State. And I'm with you, Eric. What? Unbelievable stat line.
That's a wild stat. I'm like, how does that even make sense?
That's
He's
the
a
craziest
monster.
stat line I've ever heard, and it was worse than
But
Jokic's.
also there's two other 30-point scorers in the game, and then he gets a triple double with 17 rebounds. That's wild. That really is a Jokic type of game.
It really is.
wild.
It really is.
That's
God
wild.
damn.
That is actually a wild game. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they win 128-122 to the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are coming down to earth a little bit, but also
They beat
it
the
is
Bulls
the
down.
Cleveland Cavaliers. But I just love that they're competing with every single team. It doesn't
too.
matter who's out there. Josh Giddey's he's good. He's really good. In this game, he was a little bit back to life. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Not enough. Of course, not enough. But also, DeAndre Hunter had 29 points. If DeAndre Hunter has the same amount as Donovan Mitchell, you're not winning those games.
No.
You're just not. DeAndre Hunter had 29 points, 10 of 16 from the field. Donovan Mitchell had 29, 10 of 24 from the field. He
Getting him
won
up.
them the game. He was a plus 23.
I love that
pretty
like his
easy.
resurgence came from him being shit talked by a kid on 2K. Did you hear this?
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah.
Yes.
You got to find different ways to motivate yourself. You just have to. The Miami Heat win 136-131 over the Portland Trail Blazers.
What?
This was a wild one.
Was it a cup game? Please
He had
say it was.
another monster game. 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists.
Goodness gracious.
He is good.
He
He's
is.
the reason that they are good. On the other side, this was a Nikola Jokic game. He had 29 points, 9 rebounds,
Did he really?
7 assists.
Damn.
Man, I love this because I saw, when you
Yes.
start tweeting about the games
Yes.
you cover, eventually you get the other side's Twitter.
Yes.
I
And
got
they're
you-
like, yeah, they're not into
They
it.
were out on Jovic after that last game, man. So it's really good to see the Brate putting up 29 points.
Yeah, I saw those too. Like, yeah, why don't you keep your Brate?
29, 9, and 7. Wow, good for Jovic.
Jaime Jaquez had 14 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. These guys that we've been kind of following around, they're looking good now. We were just early on it. Wemby gets the win, 126-119 over the Pelicans. Not
What
really a
was-
good game.
what were his stats?
But in this game, De'Aaron Fox came back.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
been a while
Yeah.
since he's been here. He goes straight into not playing at all. He goes straight to 30 minutes in the game. I think he came off the bench, possibly in this game, but also he had 24 points. Wemby's stat line, 8 of 19 from the field,
Not
2
good.
of 9 from the three-point line, because I
Terrible.
know that's what you wanted to hear.
You love that,
0
D-line.
free throws
Okay.
in the game because he doesn't want to go down there and
No, he
bang
doesn't.
at all. But he had 18 points, 18 rebounds.
I mean,
18 rebounds.
he's very tall. You stop bringing up this agenda. You're gonna get me in trouble.
You kept asking me what his
I
stat
totally
line
did,
was.
100%.
What was
I
I
wanted
supposed
it.
to
I was there.
say?
Until you said the rebounds, I was on
I
cloud
was
nine.
trying to go away from it, and you kept going.
I'm still right, maybe.
I just
Did
didn't
you see
understand.
Trey Murphy's line?
Trey Murphy had 41.9 rebounds in this
Minus
game.
14.
Of course, he's a minus 14. But it's the Pelicans. You're not going to win the game, so you just got to get your lines in that. But, yeah, that special and respectful young man had a 40 ball.
41, wow.
And then right now, the Suns are winning.
Dude, they're kind of
over the Clippers. Very
kinda back a
low-scoring
little bit.
game right now, but they are starting to win a few games.
They finally got Jalen Green back.
The Mavericks got to win 111-105 over the Wizards.
Boy, did they need one. Boy, did they need one.
I mean, do they?
Well, I mean, at this point, no, losing's probably better.
Yes.
Their fans, I just think, are just beside themselves, so.
I mean, like, listen, we know Maverick fans now very intimately, as we know a bunch of guys. We opened a market down there. That fan base has been put through something that I cannot believe anyone has ever had to go through. It's wild to, like, not only you lose the guy that you absolutely love, you watch him go to the most loathed competitor you can imagine. He has this start to the season. You get the number one pick, and he's been, like, wildly disappointing. And you're the worst team in the league with the worst point differential relative to the rest of the league in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, it's not been a great start for them. But they did get the win tonight. Najee Marshall, 30 points on 9 of 14 shooting.
That's crazy.
Najee Marshall, that must have been a lot of floaters. Let's take a look at our super chats here. By the way, one more ATA. The Avs are winning 9-1.
Actually, let me do one thing. So I was gone this past week. I just want to pull the curtain back of what it's like to be friends with these guys.
Best friendships, I'm sure.
So I had to go be a professional. I mean, like, I'm a professional person.
Look at that.
Hold on.
Look at that.
Hold on.
I put a picture of myself up because I was going to a professional thing. I put this up. I was like, look, everybody, see, I have A, number one, I have hair. B, I can look like an adult. And then 5 minutes later, Dev texts this to me.
Hey, yo.
I mean,
Oh, my God.
unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I was like,
Hey,
God.
at least I sent it directly to you. I didn't
Dev
put
sent
it.
that directly to me. I was
my
like,
goodness.
God damn it. That's what it's like, man. It's what it's like, you know.
Just
That
hilarious.
is crazy. I thought that was between you and I. I thought brothers were talking. That is insane.
That was really good.
I just want the chat to know that would not crack the top 50 in the meanest things Eric has said to any of us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But at least I kept it between us. I said, hey, yo. Nice fit, brother.
It was honestly a bit weird seeing Eric dressed up like an adult.
I know. I acknowledge it, but then I thought I'd maybe get like a like when Brendan Vogt wears a tie, everyone's like, oh, a tie.
Right.
No, nope.
Everyone, you did it. Everyone was like, "That's disgusting."
With the exact opposite.
I thought it would be a hit. Turns out it's
You thought you were popping your shit.
the Fox Prince. $10 from the Fox Prince. I only caught the second half of this game, but it seems like Cam got to find his groove a little with Jamal and AG out. Definitely a strong win for our bench. I can't believe how many real guys we have now. Seriously, no kidding. Spectro 0-0, Zeke giving up the munder on the dumbest play ever. Let this man go play out his contract in Grand Rapids. Kyle M. Hey, D-Line.
Hey, mark it down.
Another one for D-Line.
Mark it down.
He hates me.
Ryan B. Several Pacers now residents in the Spenitentiary. Shout out Spencer Jones. It's a Ryan B. special, the Spenitentiary. Cedric Exquisite. Rapid Man gets my vote. How are you feeling, Vote? I feel good, Cedric. Always good to watch a win with the fellas and the chat. DJ Seahawk, which is a different person. No, it's not. Rapid Man. Thanks, Kale. No B. Nickel. We heart nugs.
Yeah, come on, B. Nickel.
Peter Duck. All the Nuggets are good.
Let's go.
Feeling froggy fresh is always the best.
Let's go, dude. I'm feeling froggy as hell.
The Boys Dad. On tap. The Flyaway series. Tonight, Nuggets began an insane, brutal stretch of 15 consecutive games from the 8th of November to the 7th of December, where they then fly to the next game. And then 10 more from the 22nd to the 7th. The good news, 10 of the 14 left are versus teams that are now below 500. Yeah, the crux of that, since I kind of butchered it, Nuggets are going to be doing a lot of flying after their games here for the next month. The Boys Dad again. 2 starters are out. Starter minutes, the physical, personal demands of travel, closing out wins. Once there's a solid fourth quarter lead, load management. The next 2 months will determine how much gas is in the tank for the two starting mid-April. That felt like an adventure reading.
I don't even know what happened exactly.
But I appreciate the boys' dad for $40 there. We appreciate you.
The boys' dad, you're the best.
He's got his eyes peeled on not having to play Jokic the fourth when he doesn't have to.
This is I wanted to actually mention this. Nikola Jokic is not they are not having to work Nikola Jokic down to a nub. Like he's getting rest. That's the craziest part but this year is going so well, according to plan, from David Adelman, the pregnant man, giving rebirth.
Put a pin in it for 30 seconds, 10 seconds even. We're going to go to overtime, which means if you weren't watching us on the internet, now you have to watch us on the internet. Okay, Eric, you can keep going.
Okay, the Nuggets are reborn through David Adelman, but I just love that he's giving Jokic rest. Like he's allowing, we're not burning out any of our players early on, and we're getting ahead and getting over on every team we play. It's this. I mean, listen, we could be undefeated. That's really the only way that this start of the season could go any better.
5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. Another win. 41 bench, 3-pointers down. Only 514 till 5-5-5. Whenever Tim Hardaway Jr. shoots, I think it's going in. I can't believe my guy Zeke gave up the under. Tom Stewart.
That was a wild one, but also, I mean, this was a good one for 5-5-5-5-5-ish.
It was.
Tim Hardaway Jr. got 5
hell
three-pointers
yeah,
in. Spencer Jones got a 3-pointer. So, you got 6 of them already off the bench. That was a good game for him.
Put a little dent in that 5-5-5 count.
Dent, I mean.
Tom Stewart, all the Nuggets are good. All of Dev's bets are good. We're streaking.
Bro,
let's go, Tom.
Dev was on one tonight. If I didn't hate him so much as a guy, I would be so happy for him.
True.
And my good personal friend, Pork Knuckle James. Don't know who this is. Pork Knuckle James, preparing for we're back to stay on parade.
Let's go, Pork Knuckle.
Squared, we're back squared. Stay on parade.
I love it when a username just catches you off guard like that.
Oh, it really did.
Pork Knuckle.
Pork Knuckle James. Chat, we really appreciate you hanging out from the pregame through the watch along to the postgame show. Do us a favor if you enjoyed this. If you want other Nuggets fans to see it, like and subscribe. Do me a favor and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back next week to watch and talk Nugs.
Let's go.
Appreciate you.
We all silly like the mayor.